Have you ever wondered why some people go through life's storms with remarkable calm, while others lose their balance at the slightest wind of change? Why do some manage to live in harmony, while others drown in an ocean of stress and anxiety? You might think that peace is a privilege reserved for a select few, but in reality, it's a skill. And the good news is that it can be developed. Buddhist wisdom, tested over centuries, teaches that nothing in life happens by accident. Every challenge carries a lesson. The sooner we realize that the universe is not against us, but is helping us grow, the easier life becomes. Today, we'll talk about 10 principles that can radically change your life. And you don't need years of meditation in the mountains for this. All you need is a bit of attention and a willingness to look at the world from a new perspective. The first and most important lesson is accepting the flow of life. Imagine your life as a mighty river. It flows on its own, regardless of whether you resist or not. You can desperately paddle against the current, wasting all your energy fighting what is inevitable. Or you can relax, trust the flow, and let it carry you, knowing that the river will always find its way to the ocean. We're used to controlling everything, making plans, and creating rigid scenarios for the future. But life always makes its own adjustments. How many times has something that seemed like a disaster turned out for the best? Missing a flight saved you from trouble, or getting fired from a job you disliked opened the door to your true calling. This is not a coincidence. It's the universe at work, clearing away the unnecessary to make room for something better. Suffering doesn't come from events themselves, but from our attachment to expectations, to how things should be. Letting go of rigid expectations doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It just gives life room to maneuver. You keep moving in the right direction, but you stay open to any turns. True freedom lies in this flexibility. The next principle is understanding universal interconnectedness. If you throw a stone into water, it creates ripples that touch the entire surface. Life is the same. Every thought, every word, and every action creates waves that affect not only you but the whole world around you. This law of cause and effect, or karma, is not punishment from above, but a natural mechanism of the universe. Imagine your life as a garden. Every day, you plant seeds with your actions. If you sow anger, irritation, and judgment, sooner or later you'll reap a harvest of conflict and disappointment. But if you plant seeds of kindness, gratitude, and mindfulness, your garden will blossom and bear the fruits of harmony. Sometimes it seems that bad deeds go unpunished, while good ones aren't rewarded. But seeds need time to grow. Understanding this law isn't a reason for fear, but a key to power. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the gardener of your reality. You consciously choose which seeds to plant today to harvest a beautiful crop tomorrow. Now let's talk about the power of pause. In today's world, we're used to speed. It seems the more we do, the better the results. But look at nature, everything has its rhythm. Day follows night, and activity is always followed by rest. A pause is not an action. It's a conscious moment of silence that lets you see things more clearly. Imagine a musician playing without a single pause. His music would turn into chaos. It's the silence between the notes that makes the melody meaningful and beautiful. Life is the same. Without pauses, it turns into constant noise. Sometimes, to find the right solution, you don't need to run faster, but to stop, breathe out, and let the muddy water of thoughts settle. The best ideas and insights are born in silence. This idea is also the foundation of patience. Real, deep change takes time. No matter how much you pull a sprout, it won't grow faster. Success, mastery, strong relationships, everything that truly matters is created slowly. Patience is not passive waiting, but the ability to remain calm and trust the process while the seeds you planted are growing. Enjoy the journey itself, not just the arrival at the destination. After all, continuous growth is the meaning of life. Finally, all of this leads us to the main goal, inner freedom and the ability to listen to your heart. Many people think freedom is the ability to do whatever you want. But true freedom is a state of mind. It's the ability to stay calm in the midst of a storm. It's the skill of not depending on others' opinions and not letting external circumstances control your mood. The main chains that bind us are inside. They are fear, attachment to results, dependence on approval. If your day is ruined by someone else's careless word, it means you've given your freedom away. True freedom begins when you find the source of happiness within yourself. To achieve it, learn to listen to your intuition, that quiet voice that always knows the right way. In the noise of daily worries and other people's opinions, it's almost impossible to hear. That's why it's so important to create moments of silence, meditate, walk alone in nature, or just sit without gadgets. Listen to the sensations in your body, it never lies. When you learn to trust yourself, you won't need answers from outside. You'll realize that all the wisdom is already inside you. So, now you know these principles. But knowledge without action changes nothing. Think about which of these lessons resonated with you the most. Maybe you realized you're trying to control life too much. Or noticed that attachment to expectations creates unnecessary stress. What will your first step be? Maybe you'll try taking a conscious pause right now. Or decide to trust your inner voice in some matter. Write in the comments what realization you took from this video. Let's discuss it together. Remember, inner harmony is not a final goal, but a journey. And you're already on it. The main thing is to keep moving forward.